Welcome back. I'm finally back to speedrunning Dark Orbit. Sorry if any of you guys have been waiting a really long time since my last Dark Orbit related upload, but got back into it, came back around, and things are looking a little bit speedier than they were before. More on that later, and this is a pretty disappointing speedrun, so I haven't uploaded it at full length. Trust me, I've done you all a favor. It's extremely boring. Like, look at this. It's basically this for 50-ish minutes. Yeah, just ignore that. What we're going to do is pretty much push through the first world as fast as possible with enough minerals to get the super speedy engine before we have to go anywhere more dangerous. And then we're going to basically blaze through Lightning Bugs Land just long enough to get this cool keycard, which allows us to go back to the hub world, which looks like a teddy bear, thus the name Teddy Bear Land. I'm trying to come up with clever ones, alright? We go back to Teddy Bear Land and use the keycard to, for free, get the best gun in the game, which is nice. And then, with the help of said weapon, we're going to Shooty Hell place and shoot all the bugs and kill them, and then we're gonna get the MacGuffin there. And there's only one other kind of petal world coming off of the hub, which is Lightning Bugs Land, which we've already visited. Except this time we're going to go back there with the Hell gun and shooty them until they're all dead. Take their MacGuffin. And this finally lets us get on the road to the boss world, where we go down a long hallway and die a bunch of times, and then try and beat up this really big, ugly mama bug who inexplicably only has 2 limbs. That's basically the shape of it. If you guys remember Dark Orbit, or rather, for those of you who don't, this is one of those games which back in like 1999 or 2000, you might get in those old packs of demos. You know how that used to exist? Yes, they'd put the demo for Dark Orbit here on your system when you first get it. Hey, it's pretty cool. Let's just do this whole first level. And then it basically ends. You could buy the game, and indeed I did, and play the whole thing, and it's really long and really kind of neat, if you're fiddling around and getting all the minerals that you can. So the game is mostly structured where you can get more equipment if you get this blue gem-shaped stuff, which equates to cash money. And what you do with the cash money is you bring it back to base. You've seen the base like twice now. I'm going to go back there shortly and get some more missiles, I think. And you can actually put the mineral cash money into the matrix former, which is this advanced kind of 3D printer thingy. Here we go. Yeah, that's trendy. 3D printing. This is a cool video now. We just printed a bunch of more of the baseline missiles. Consumables you can make, but you can also make different kinds of equipment. And we're basically trying to make this run as fast as possible, so we select only those equipments which we actually really need to survive, and then gather only enough minerals to buy those. So we've just streaked through the whole place, filled up our little mineral tank, and gained access to a teleporter. Once you enter a teleporter from the far end, it is locked in, and you can use the teleporter back home to zoink, just like that, go back to the previous location, just like that. So it's kind of like a checkpoint. If you die, you respawn at your home. You'll get to see that a few times, I promise you. And if you've already accessed a teleporter, you can basically use it to recoup your losses pretty quickly. So we got a bunch of minerals. It's now time for boss number 1. It's this big flappy bird, and you kill it with like 5 missiles. That's it. That's 25 minerals. You get basically that much from one of those little piles laying on the ground. Anyway, boss monster is now dead. We're getting a little bit more minerals. If you look at the total down there, we're approaching that magic number. We want to have... Well, I guess not exactly 500. There's some minerals in Teddy Bear World which we can collect. But pretty close to 500 is ideal, because then we can buy the next piece of equipment, which we really, really want. If you saw the previous run, you'll know exactly what that is. Actually, I've already alluded to it. It's the big engine, all right? But we need just the right amount of minerals to get that. And if you can't buy the big old engine before you do the next stage, which is either Lightning Land or Shooty Hell, you die. Alright, you can get the bigger shield, and that'll give you a little bit of time, but if you're as slow as you start out, the big giant mama bugs we're about to meet and the skittering, irritating lightning bugs could totally catch up to you and eat your face. So to avoid any face-eating related difficulties, we're going to sell our old engine right now. Try to buy the new one, because 700 is obviously greater than 800. And then we sell the little pew-pew gun. I mean, yeah, they started us out with it. It's called the Pulse Laser. And it's adorable. It makes this cute little pew-pew sound. But we never kill anything that's actually a danger to us with it in the entire run. And so getting rid of it is basically money in the bank. And we use that money in the bank to buy the really big engine. And you might observe that we are now moving a lot faster. And once I re-enable fast forwarding, we're going to move yet faster still. That's a popsicle delusion. Anyway, now that we're fast, you see the big mama bugs? They'll eat our face. And also, we don't have any weapons at all. And also, we don't know how to navigate and go down the wrong path briefly. So the speed of this engine is really going to get us through. But there is a fundamental constraint. There's the key card. Lets us into Killbox. You'll get to see Killbox shortly, I'll tell you then. The fundamental constraint in this game is that your acceleration is really wimpy, right? So if you bounce off of something, like that, your engine is briefly disabled. So you can't steer. And also you rebound, and then you have to come back up to maximum speed again. Which basically means if you get bonked, you have a couple of seconds where you're sitting still. And in this game, you saw all those little flying enemies with all the tentacles going all over the place, right? And the scary, scary face spikes. They chase you until you die. There's simply no other way about it. If you can lose them around a sharp corner sometimes, but even with no serious pathing algorithm, their ability to track you through the level is terrifying. Like, look at this dude. He's going to make it all the way in through that little gap unless I get really lucky. Doesn't even matter. Whenever you're going through this game, unless you kill everything, you get a tailing of these chasey bugs that will chase you until Kingdom Come, such as right now. And if you stop, or if you get hit by, you see that green juice he was spitting at me? That'll stop you. If you stop, everything chasing you catches up to you. So, imagine playing air hockey, right? Except there's a bunch of, I don't know, angry chinchillas trying to stop your puck. And if your puck gets stopped, like there, all these little toddlers come and eat it. The analogy sort of breaks down, but you can see what's going on. This is why we call it the kill box. Well, I call it the kill box. It's packed with these bad, mean enemies that just keep trying to eat my face. Before I can get that thing right there. Did you see that, MacGuffin? That was the key card. A moment ago, we also got the designs for the 3rd level shield, which I don't actually use in this run. It's kind of stupid. Once you get that MacGuffin, that key card, we bail on freaking Lightning Land because it hurts, and we go and get a gun. That's right. The Hellcannon is contained in Teddy Bear's leg up there, and we just picked it up. It's already formed. We don't get the plans for it, but we do get the gun itself, and it's the best gun in the game. So it goes pew, 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 pew. You see that? We just killed 2 enemies in a row without even using missiles. That's actually a record so far in the run. The Hell Gun wastes your energy, though. You see the little green bar at the very bottom left? Our engine is giving us a certain amount of energy. It's like an alternator or something. And since we're sticking with the 2nd engine, we don't have an awful lot. So while the pew-pew of the Hell Gun is good and totally makes mincemeat of everything in this level, see that? It's like we're good at games. It does waste our energy after a while, and if you get into a prolonged conflict, you won't have the pew-pew juice to pew-pew everybody who cares to, interface with you. So right here, we're going to zoom through Death Valley. There's all kinds of shooty bugs. This is why we call this level Shooty Hell. Everything shoots, and they all shoot badly. But now that we're fast, we can dodge almost all projectiles, and right now, we're going to sell off our old engine and get a bigger engine. So, shield, I mean. So pretty much we've already solved this this level. Nobody chases you, and their projectiles move in straight lines. So finally, for a change, if we stop, it doesn't matter. And with our maximum speed, we can outrun most of their projectiles. Also, funny fact, they still all die to a single dumb missile. And you can impart your velocity to these guys, your momentum, to bonk them away, and then their projectiles take on the momentum of the shooting bug, and they'll actually be unable to shoot you. Their projectiles will hang still in the air, You might be able to catch that, but at 4 times fast forward, it's kind of unclear. I just thought that was really funny. Anyway, we've just entered regular speed, which appears to be slow-mo, because this is the equivalent of a boss fight in Shooty Hell. And you see all these shooty bugs, they'll chew through my wimpy little shields like nothing. So, of course, what we should do is sit still and allow them to shoot us repeatedly, just like that. There we go. That way we get a completely unnecessary death. And don't even save any time with that stupid door opening. It actually pauses its opening animation if you die and leave. So, don't do that. That's not a normal death. That just completely surprised me. It's because normally I buy the bigger shield in here. Anyway, level 2 shield was quite enough. We went back in there, got the MacGuffin like it was nothing, and picked up a whole bunch of minerals. And then, for some reason, I guess I got greedy. I went all the way back, just not thinking to get a few more minerals, and finally leave. I mean, I don't know why I did that. Don't do that, kids. That's not what we do. So now we got Hellgun, we got level 2 shield, we got a bunch of Seekers. We're done here. We got the MacGuffin. The MacGuffin that we get in each of these 2 leaf worlds, that is Shooty Hell and Lightning Bugs Land, is a battery? It tells us it's a battery, but what it does is it fills up a fuel tank in the hub world. And the fuel tanks energize some electronic accelerator rails. Okay, don't worry about the energy conservation thing here. We're back at Lightning Bug Land, where things chase us. We're gonna basically blow through here, getting those spheres, just like that. And the spheres will unlock the boss arena. It unlocks the boss fight too, but we don't want no boss fight. That sounds like a waste of time, and indeed, it would probably kill us. Here we go. Death Box doing its thing again. We get to die a few more times. You know, add to the pile of our own corpses. That already sort of accents the decor in this little... this awful little place. There we go. Okay, got that sphere. There's one more kind of up. Not in here. Come on. Come on, past self. Navigate. It's sort of up along the northern wall, which is amazing because I just flew around in the middle of the dang map for several minutes. Okay, that's the third sphery ball. We got everything that I got everything right now that I felt like I needed. Right there is the actual entrance to the boss fight. I wanted to go and energize that teleporter. And we're going to, die real quick, because it's tradition. There we go. And now we're going to go in for keeps. The boss arena is packed with those little red chaser bugs, which hate you. And some of them have the hurt juice that makes you stop moving, which makes you die, because, chaser bugs. Look at all of them. Here's a nice wall, which I like to go the wrong direction along, because I needed to actually go south there. I killed one of them big lightning bugs. Those guys will drain all of your shields. They hate your shields, so they eat them. There we go. Death Warp home. I got the MacGuffin. You see that? That's all you need to do there. There's this really big lightning bug, and you can let him kill you if you want to. Don't do it. It doesn't give you anything. Well, it gives you the design for the most expensive and powerful gun in the game, except for maybe the Hellgun. It's this lightning bolt caster, which automatically locks on, but it's got really short range. And it costs a bunch. It actually costs more than any but the biggest, alternate ship design. Speaking of which, you notice how we're now in the boss fight arena? And the boat that we have is the one they gave us at the start, which is supposed to be, a chump tier mining ship. Yeah, we're never getting rid of it. We're keeping it because it is the smallest. It is little bitty. And it also has an admirable mineral capacity. It can carry a good amount of cash money in its little hold. Just trying out the teleporter there to make sure that it doesn't work. Maybe there's a glitch we can do with that? I don't know. I haven't found any useful glitches so far. Yes, tiniest, miniest little ship not only is tiny and hard for enemies to hit, but it also moves slightly faster than any of the other ones. And we keep the second level engine, remember, because it's, oddly enough, got the highest thrust. There is this sort of trade-off thing. Every time you change out one of your pieces of equipment, except maybe the shields, the next one is a little bit lower on one of the secondary stats, even though it's higher in the primary stat. So, Engine 2 here only has 2 bars of energy. That's why our Hellgun isn't able to, put out the amount of pew-pew we need. I just loaded up on a butt-ton of missiles. Because you see these big blue chaser mama bugs and the big blue lightning bugs? Yeah, you can Hellgun about 2 of them in succession. But then you run completely out of juice, and you don't have any more kill bugs juice. Let's see. What was I talking about? Yes, Engine 2 is higher thrust than the other engines, though. Even though it only gives us a pretty limited supply of shooting people juice, it makes us go fast, so speedrun. There you go, you get it? You got it. Now, right here, I get to realize something cool. Look at my secondaries list. There's something missing. Can you see what it is? That's right, the mortars. Remember how I used mortars to kill the big boss monster? I didn't get the designs. They're in Shooty Bug's world. And you can't go back from the boss hallway to the hub world. You can't do it. So I threw this run just because I forgot to do that little minor detour. It wasn't even that far out of the way. I got stuck in some walls here. That's an interesting glitch. I haven't figured out exactly why it happens. I'll get you the footage if you want to examine that. So I'm basically going to fight the boss for a little while impotently with just some homing missiles. And this is how I learned that if there's nothing on screen, they won't lock on when you first shoot them. You can shoot them into a wall repeatedly if you feel like it. You can fly around and shoot them, and if there's nobody on screen, they'll just kind of streak into the nearest wall. And if you shoot them at the big enemy boss, it does nothing. Boss monster, by the way, stupidest thing ever. It's supposed to be a bug, right? Bugs have a bunch of legs. This guy has 2. And also, arthropods, all of their organs, to speak of, are in the abdomen. But if you blow off that big baggy abdomen sticking off the back, it literally does nothing. In fact, it might get slightly faster. You know, it's speedier. It's got less dead weight. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. And if you shoot it against, if you shoot your missiles against the sides, you wind up shooting its little baby shoots. It's farting out those little red seeker bugs repeatedly the whole match. Yeah, you hit those first. What you have, and the arms are invincible, of course, because they're made of, I don't know, titanium, apparently. Because look what they do to my ship. My ship is not made of titanium, and you might notice it doesn't hold up very well against the big giant arms. Come on, die real quick, old me, just to demonstrate. There you go. Yeah, you see that? You die. So you either have to kill the head or the thorax, which is kind of in the middle, flanked by baby shoots. And there's really not a good way to get an angle on it. Right there, I got like 1 hit with seeker missiles against its head, and that did maybe 1/10 of its health of the head. So you got to blow off the head or the torso, and you can repeatedly slam that torso with mortars. Just the seeker missiles can't get a good angle on anything. There you go. It's worthless. And potentially, you could face it to the face and shoot seeker missiles into its head hole repeatedly. The trouble is, then you have to face its face, and you get the hurt juice. Did you see that red stuff it would emit at my general vicinity repeatedly there? That's bug spray, and it kills your ship. It makes it evaporate. So looking it in the eye, like you would in other games, that's not a good way to fight this boss. So yeah, I threw this run, but by now I would have gotten maybe 2 runs against it with mortars, which means I probably would have won. Total run time would have been on the order of 45 or 50 minutes. And here's how the breakdown came out. Here, look at black screen for a little while, just to direct your attention. At 7 minutes 35, we got done with Babies R Us. That's the first world. 12:29, we'd already got the Hell gun. So that's pretty fast, maybe a little under 5 minutes after getting to the hub world. By 22 minutes, we had finished the Shooty Hell zone. So that was a little bit slow. Maybe we could go faster. 28 minutes, already done with lightning, because we were loaded for bear. Everything was set pretty thoroughly. And 28 minutes, we were done with the lightning thing. And then we did the whole boss hallway, which you got to see on here, by minute 37. So 28 to 7 is a little bit under 9 minutes to basically beat the boss level and get to that teleporter that lets us fight the boss. And then the boss fight is maybe 5 minutes, probably 10-ish if we're doing really poorly. So this is starting to look like a run that can happen in under 45 minutes, guys. And if any of you guys want in on this, I can give you some information on possibly how to get Dark Orbit running on your system. If you guys remember this game or you're nostalgic about it, just you know, kind of do your nostalgia party down there if you feel like it. I'm really excited. I'm having fun with this. Probably going to get sick of it shortly, but I'll upload some more videos, I guess, if I feel like it. Till then, thanks again for your patience, and don't let the speedy bugs catch you. That's all I got for you.